Hi guys, it's X here from the Golden System, and today I'm here to talk to you about our symbols, what they mean and why they're important. Disclaimer, not all of these will have a deeper, profound meaning, but I will still go through them and explain them anyway, just so you've got some awareness of why they exist. So first off, we have Hannah's symbol. Her symbol is a heart. And this is because this is how she used to sign off messages and stuff like that. It kind of just became her thing. It's also, it helps to differentiate between her and me, as we can be quite similar. It also shows, as she's the host, how she keeps us functioning, and yeah, that's it really. Next up is Sophia. Her symbol is a broken heart, and this is because at the time it was given, she was a persecutor. She's no longer a persecutor, but she still likes the symbol. But it was meant to represent how she was opposite to everything that Hannah was, that she was different, that she wasn't the same, and she still likes to believe that now, which is why she keeps the symbol. Next we've got Ben. His symbol is a question mark. This is because he's very curious, he likes to learn. Also, when he was first in the system, he was very mysterious to us. Not many of us knew what he looked like, just how he sounded, and bits about his personality. So that's got a bit of a dual meaning behind it. But mostly just because he's a very curious person. Then we have my own symbol, which is a smiley face. This has multiple meanings behind it. So first one being like Hannah, I kind of used to just sign off with it. I would just put a smiley face and that's how you knew it was me. Then it kind of also became that I kept the system happy, I kept the system positive, I kind of kept us going, if you like. And then it kind of just got put as something to keep me going as well, something to keep me happy in times when I was struggling. So yeah. Next we have the bot. He uses two, so he will either use a gear or a robot head. The robot head is usually used in emojis, just because it's easier than using a gear. But the actual symbol of the gear shows that he keeps the body functioning, as he's a physical protector and he's our best physical protector. So that also shows how he helps us function, but also how he's not just one complete part, how he has many other parts to him because of being a robot. So that's kind of what it symbolises. Then we have Vamara. Hers is a bit weird, so she'll have a squiggle thing that looks like this. She also has a snake, but the whole reason she has a squiggle is because that's easier to draw. That's the only reason why. She also has the snake because she's queen of the snakes, or she thinks she's queen of the snakes. So it was kind of just obvious that she had a snake as her symbol, and we could easily identify her. Next we have Sarah. Sarah's symbol is the infinity symbol, and this is because when she first came into the system, she said she would go on forever, she would never die, even when the body died, which made no sense to us, but she believed it. She doesn't really hold that belief anymore, it's just that she kept the symbol because, one, that's how people got to know her, and two, she kind of just liked it, she thought it was pretty, she thought it was nice, so she decided to keep it. Then we have our little. I can't say too much about this, but I'll say what I can. Her symbol is a arrow that points down. It's usually purple, but it doesn't have to be. And this is because purple is one of her favourite colours, other than pink. And also it was pointing down to show that she was younger than the rest of us and that she was a little. But that's the only reason why, and plus it was simple for her to draw as well. Then we have Vector. His is really simple, it's just a mouth with fangs hanging out of it, and that's just because he's a vampire. Plus it's also simple to draw as well. That's it really. So I'm going to do these next two together, and that's Virgil and Patton. Virgil has a thundercloud as his, with lightning coming out of it, and Patton has a heart with glasses as his symbol. This is because in their canon, or their source, these are the symbols they use in there. So they use that symbols here as people knew that was them and people could identify them with that. And also it made them feel a lot more at home and a lot more at ease. So they decided to keep it when they came here. Then we have Slenderman. His symbol is a tree, usually a pointy tree, like a Christmas tree. And that is because he likes the forest and he hangs around the forest a lot. Also, his role in the system is guardian of the forest and protector of the forest. So we thought it was fitting. Also, it's relatively easy to draw. Relatively. Sometimes we can struggle, we're not the best at all, but yeah. Next is our newest altar, which is Antisepticeye. His symbol is a knife, and this is because in his canon, this is his signature weapon. That's how he identifies, that's how you kind of know it's him. So we thought it was fitting for him to have that, and again, the drawing side of it, it's relatively easy to draw, and it's relatively easy to identify Anti with the knife. Finally, we have the elementals. I'm kind of going to do these all together as most of them don't really have meaning behind them. So I'm just going to go through them quickly. So fire has a flame, because he's fire. Water has a droplet. Verse does have a bit of symbolism behind it. Verse also represents how when all the water comes together, it can be a very powerful fall, but even just one droplet alone can be a lot. Then we have Life, who is a flower. She has a flower as hers because she loves nature, and you know, she's life and she loves things like that. Then we have Air, whose is a tornado, and that's because tornadoes have high energy and high winds, and so does Air. They have very high energy and they love being in strong winds and stuff like that. That's also what they look like in their spiritual form as well. They'll be a kind of tornado type thing. So, a bit of both. Earth's is a mountain, and that's because he loves mountains. But not only that, mountains are made out of stone and rock and earth itself. So, that's why. And then finally, we have Undead, whose is a skull, or sometimes it has some crossbones on it as well, but usually it's just a skull on its own. And that's because he is undead. Also, in the inner world, he's a skeleton as well, so that's why he has that. So, why are these symbols important? To us, they're important because they help identify us. So if we're in a situation where we need to stay hidden, or we're too nervous to put our names because of anxiety or whatever reason, the symbols is the easiest way for us to identify ourselves. So if we're with someone who knows we're a system, but somebody else is around who doesn't know we're a system, then we can use the symbols to easily say who's out and who's there. Also stuff online, like if people can't see we're a system but we still want to get our voices heard, then we will use our symbols to identify ourselves with. As this is the quickest and easiest way for us, and also the most secretive and safest way for us as well, and that's why they're important. Without them, we could put ourselves at risk of exposure, which could be very, very damaging to us. You will see us using these on social media a lot. So we have a Tell on Me account, which is just the golden system. We will also use it on WhatsApp statuses, so that when we want to put on a status and we want to let people know it's us, we can do that without other people seeing, kind of thing. Also, the elementals use theirs on their joint Snapchat account, because all 6 of them have just one, so they will use it at the end of their statuses so you know which elemental has put it. We also use them while we're out, but not really while we're out, when we're with friends and when we're in the house. We have a whiteboard with pretty much all the symbols on. So if we're having a free-for-all, as we call it, where anyone can front, we will move around little magnets on the board to show who's fronting. I will quickly show you this now. As you can see, anti-symbol has not been put on there yet, but that's just because he's very new, and we just haven't got around to doing it yet. You also may have noticed the magnets are on the wrong ones because they're on Hannah's and Patton's. That's just because we're terrible at changing it. We only really change it when there's people in the house who know what they mean. Other than that, we don't change it that often. But yeah, also we didn't put the elemental separate on them because we didn't have enough room. So the TE at the bottom stands for the elemental, and then it had an A because air was the last elemental out. So hopefully now you have a better understanding about our symbols and why we use them. We know it takes a while to learn what they are, so we don't expect you to know straight away, but it may be helpful for if you follow us on social media and you see us using one of these symbols, then you can know who's talking to you without us feeling under pressure to put our actual names. So yeah, hopefully this video helped, and hopefully you had fun watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye guys!